Surprise.
What do you mean surprise?
We together on the same screen.
You've seen us before.
Not together on the same screen.
Well, y'all should get used to it.
Hey, y'all. It's Poetic Divas LLC.
Put respect on it.
Because we do.
Mm-hmm. So, normally you asked about the traffic, but I'm just going to ask, how was the traffic from upstairs to downstairs?
It was rough. Especially, because, I got a bad knee.
Well, it goes with my baby ankles, so.
Ooh, so if you put us together, we got a whole functioning system. Like, everything is working. If you put us together. Like, make one human that's working.
I feel like a whole transformer reference and then another scheme came in my mind, and I was just like,
Bumblebee?
Thank God I got
you
this
got yellow paper? Bumblebee? Oh. Okay. Hey, Ed. We love you, Ed. So glad you're up and you can join us. We have missed you.
Yes.
I guess we need to fill these glasses up.
Okay.
Okay. Because we can, got some new glasses.
I feel like I'm on the wrong side. I feel like I keep looking on that side.
I know
it's like because I'm still thinking like we're recording from like two different locations instead of the same location. And
this is new for us, but we're gonna get this together. Okay.
Hold up.
What we doing? Wait, what happened? Wait, oh, you're here.
What butterfly said? That's a new favorite saying. That's what it flashed in my head.
Let not your heart be troubled. It's a whole inside joke. If you know, you know.
Oh my God, I'm putting that on a t-shirt, maybe a bra.
Let not your heart be troubled.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so I'm sober. Okay. I'm real sober.
Okay. No, I was just no. Okay.
Look, Square ADD, don't be doing stuff like that. You can't
sorry.
be doing that. They don't know that about me. Why are you trying to call me out and stuff?
I'm trying to call you out, but I'm just saying. I knew that was going, so I was trying to remove it from your area. Okay, so.
Okay. We sober. Disclaimer.
And so we have to fill our glass so that we can talk.
And fill our mouths.
Yeah.
With stuff to say.
Okay. So.
Well, I could turn it over today because normally I spill out a whole river. It's like Noah's Ark and stuff. And I try.
See, I dry it out because I'm OCD. Pray for me.
Okay. How does this even work? Because you're OCD. I have Square ADD. Like, I don't.
Together, we're a whole functioning G unit.
What?
Okay.
No,
all right.
The
okay.
PD unit. Unit.
But we G's too.
You're right.
Okay, so we're going to fill our glasses, and we're not going to show y'all what y'all drinking because we're not sponsored yet. But if you want to sponsor us, we will advertise your drink.
I will wear the bottle as a dress.
See, we're making promises that,
I will figure out a way.
I can't.
I'm a craft. I will figure out a way. Might be good merchandise.
So our glasses will not be full because don't worry about that. But just know that they're still potent. Okay.
It's a little bit stronger. It's like sort of like the tea that we're gonna spill about these Chronicles that because okay, best friend. So they may or may not have noticed, but I think you would have noticed. And I'm trying to look at this camera instead of look at you.
Okay, we're gonna look.
We're trying. Okay, but the last show that we did, I don't know if they noticed. There was a lot going on with that show, but it wasn't. So we're gonna pack all that, and then the pose for this week. Last week's.
Okay, so since we're together, we can salute. Cheers up.
Cheers. What divas?
Divas.
Now I can feel the burn. Like I know somebody was saying earlier they could feel the liquor burning down. Now I can feel.
Indeed. But Oh, we got some comments.
Oh. This is what it looks like over here.
See, it's like a whole cyber network going on.
I never knew.
It said, love you too, and thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm.
You know we always got your back.
Always. And I got all them hugs in. I was like, oh, go below until next time.
Yes. And Courtney said, oh, look, y'all are together. Hey, y'all. Hey, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
We together because, you know, we Poetic Divas. I mean, that's what we supposed to do.
We always together, even though it don't look like we're together, but we're really together.
So, but how was your week? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have asked that question. Just going to take a sip.
Was a pedophile? That's how my week was. How about you?
I don't even know how to follow that. Well, my strong drink that you probably shouldn't drink by itself, kind of like Everclear.
You took it back to 62.
But I digress.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. So is Everclear stronger than the moonshine?
You know, I don't know. I don't I don't know. If anyone knows, tell us. Drop it in the comments if you know which is stronger, moonshine or Everclear.
Or if you have either or, you know, have your own special concoction that, you know, I may be able to taste with my mouth, then let me know. Also, are you going to make me do this by myself?
No, because
I was about to be upset. I was about to drive back to the house.
Oh, Ed said, not if moonshine is done right. Okay.
Man, you a Scooby Snaggle full of knowledge tonight. You just let.
We'll talk. This is really good. I'm gonna buy this again. But
I'm
nevertheless,
gonna drink it again.
Yes, you should. So, I don't. Do we want to?
You want to start from the back, or from the front?
Let's start.
Okay.
Let's start from the front. You know, I try to be linear. Don't just score. Oh, come back. So, you know, we have our polls every Wednesday, Poetic Divas, and on our personal pages if we have time and the bandwidth. But it will be on Poetic Divas, guaranteed.
Yes.
So for this particular poll, the question was, do you know your purpose in life? Now, we had 67% that said yes, and 33% no. Now, what are your thoughts?
I just want to prerequisite that as saying that, you know, the of all the people who viewed and, you know, refused to press the button.
Oh, y'all petty. I'm sorry.
We had a good age range. So it wasn't just like, you know, it's all of, you know, our ages. And, you know, I know it's hard to tell because black don't crack. But, you know, we had everything from the low income of ages up until, you know, stirs of people ages. And we still came up with 67 to 33. So I think that's pretty good.
That says that you can either be young and know or be old and not know. And that's a whole thing.
You think the reason that they're confused is because they're using the wrong spelling of. I'm going to try to watch my mouth because she's close enough to pinch me. But, you know. questions like,
KNOW, that could possibly be a part of it. Because if you don't have the fundamentals, the building blocks to knowledge and growth, you will have a hard time finding out your way, your purpose.
I'm going to say rewind.
All that. I can't. Because my mind.
Oh, I'm doing so good with my verbiage tonight, and I just feel like it's just going all out the window.
Is it a window with a screen on it? Is it filtered, or is it just going straight out?
Well, the way that my mouth is set up, it's like, those crank in it to crank the windows open like that.
Those.
That's just the way I feel.
That took me back. It felt so good. Right. I realized that I'm starting to enter an age where I can look back and appreciate the things of my youth. And I'm not saying that I'm old. I'm seasoned. I'm mature. I'm grown.
Cast iron, skillet, and proud.
And there's some stuff from the 80s and the 90s that the music alone, like, it's just...
Look.
Listen.
Look.
Listen.
Girl.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay.
What's up? Shut up.
Okay. See, we're not supposed to do that. See, this is us truly being silly. This is how we interact. Y'all getting a treat with this. Y'all getting a treat because a lot of people don't even know. Like, we
silly as heck.
We just be having a good time. We try to just be authentic and the way that fell. Okay. We try to be authentic and just enjoy life because life is truly a gift. And you can't take everything so serious. Like, everything, you can't take everything so serious. People running around here dropping dead, but you mad over what? And a whole nother thing. I squirreled all off topic. But I feel like it takes time to know your purpose. But
what if you purposely ignorant? Use that. I just have a lot of questions, no answers. You can put them on t-shirts and index cards, but you're still not going to get any kind of knowledge or enlightenment from these questions. Especially if you don't ask them of yourself, but that's just...
You know your purpose and you don't walk in it.
You're going to be stumbling in the dark while your knees are bruised.
So, yeah.
Okay, so what is your purpose?
So, some years ago, that I truly identified the purpose for my life, and I started to do some things to be in alignment with it. And as I look back, I noticed that I was living in my purpose all the time. I just didn't recognize it.
Come on now.
Seriously.
Explain how that's a thing.
I was always that person people felt comfortable coming to talk to, ask for advice. Honestly, I'm like a vault. Like, people have told me so many things and they never hear it. I'm a confidant, and I should literally be a licensed therapist.
Mm-hmm.
But to kind of fulfill that, since I already have my MBA, I just decided to get my life coaching certificate. But I'm for the people. And I say that in a sense of where people feel comfortable talking to me, and I genuinely engage with them. And I try to help them discover things about themselves, love humanity. And that can be a gift and a curse. First that I have found in my love for humanity is that to be human is to be flawed. We all are. And a lot of times I get disappointed easily in people. I hope y'all are still here. Okay. Because my computer tried to update itself. And I told it, no, not now. So, as I was saying, I love helping people. So, I was always the person that people talk to. Wow, people really value I have with them. They value having me as a confidant. What does this mean? Years ago, I was like, wow, I could have, but never say you can't. So I had to do a modified version of living in my purpose, but it has honestly been fulfilling. And so I've done life coaching with people, and that's kind of like one of my many side hustles. Are you living in your purpose? See how you squirrel. Like, I need you to come back. Give me this. I'm going to just give you some air. And then are you living in your purpose? Or do you know your purpose?
Oh, yeah, I know my purpose.
But are you, yeah.
And I'm living in it.
Yes.
But, my purpose is like me, divided. It's like two abstract concepts coming together to make one whole. Therefore, my purpose has always been medicine. I've been in medicine for years.
Ooh. See, and that's a whole thing in itself, because not to tell too much of but I'll just say that I make sure that they produce the medicine correctly, and she makes sure they get it. And it's so funny because we never really thought about, like, okay, because we've been best friends over 20 years.
Back when Care Bears still matter.
Okay, no, we're not going to do this. But I know.
And we're talking about caring and purpose.
I know. I know. I don't think we ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, have we ever really talked about what was a career? I just think we kind of just fell into it. I don't even know if it was a plan for me. Well, I know we went health occupations.
Students of America.
But yeah, so I think it was always something that we both enjoyed, but we enjoyed it from different sides of the spectrum.
I think we're more focused on one aspect of medicine career-wise, and then I wouldn't even say overlook the other aspects of it. It's much concentrated thought. So, and I don't know, I can't even say if it's like, okay, so this is what happened, right? So when I went to high school and I got out by the grace of God, my best friend, because, So anyhow, I came out with my NA license from high school. So I went straight into medicine from there. I went away to school, I lived my life, and I came back with life. Then I was like, oh, now I got a whole life. So let me go ahead to this community college real quick and see what they got to offer. And that's how I fell into that part of my life that I've been doing for the last 20 years or so.
And that makes sense. And I think for me, I got married when I was 18.
She left me.
I didn't go anywhere. You left me, actually. But anyway. I got married at 18. That was interesting. I'm not going to say that you shouldn't. I'm just going to say that it doesn't work for everybody.
Unless you can grow together.
Yeah. And
it's already hard enough to do that as you go in as your own person.
Mm-hmm.
But then have to, account for or, try to navigate someone else's growth while you're still navigating your own growth.
It's complex.
It's a lot. And
it really is.
And it's not even a young thing. It's just like a life thing.
It could be at any age, actually.
Girl.
Right. But so I started working in the manufacturing side of medicine. And it just kind of went from there. I can say that you're always going to need someone to make the medicine. So it was a pretty stable thing, been through a few layoffs here and there, but for the most part, it's been pretty stable. And I don't know. So I guess we're doing something with this purpose. And now, once I, got into my spoken word and my artistry and my love of the arts, it's been where I can express some of the things that I've been through and help others. So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Well, see, before I, once I left high school with the degree, I did a traditional go to college, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started to really hone in on the writing. So my writing has always been like a twofold thing. It's like you get this very scientifical, analytical side with medicine, being precise about stuff. Mm-hmm. And then my artistry side, square ADD included, it's very abstract. And it's very just.
Yes.
So I think that's always been my purpose. I just been able to combine it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's overlap though. Seriously.
During the moment, get your mind out the gutter. Oh Lord, die. Jesus. I've been holding in this mouth of mine all day from work and then from the celebration, and now it's just. Y'all know how she gets.
I'm scared. So you wanna go to the next poll then, since that's where we're going.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think we got comments because I'm looking at stuff.
Oh, you can see. Oh, I see you. Okay. So Ed said, "Is that from tonight?" No, I don't know.
What's from tonight?
I don't know. Ed, define exactly what you're talking about. And we'll come back to that. Hey, Monica, thank you for watching. Yes. So, we just up here, it's our time to share a little bit about the chronicles of our lives.
It's always a chronicle.
It's always a chronicle. So,
what?
Are we ready?
Oh, no.
We're not ready. Okay.
Ed.
No. Oh, no. We had to get a fresh set of libations. Fresh set.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
No, but we're going to do it anyway.
Okay.
We're going to do it anyway.
Okay. All right. So our second poll was.
It
was when it was, and now it is. Because you can't vote. You need some of it.
Okay. I know I'm old, high pleasure.
Have you ever been to the strip club with your partner? And the irony of this is perfection.
You see how
that's a whole backstory. Y'all not privy to that. That was private. So for this poll, 59% said yes, and 41% said no.
Of the 141 people who eyeballed it but couldn't press the button. Because I'm petty. And that's just on one of them. I know I'm combining stuff, but I'll be combining stuff. So, first and foremost, let's just go ahead and define like strip club as in not a house party, not a private party, but like an actual, with a license for the pole in the room. I'm talking about female strip club or a male strip club?
It could be either. It could be either. Now, well, and that's a whole nother discussion because...
Oh, we're going to have that discussion because we're here.
Right. Okay. So...
Baby boy, stay on my
Okay. I don't think that men feel as comfortable. And I don't even know if they allow them in anyway. You know, this is a whole thing.
They have, though.
They started
because, okay, so back in 1962.
Okay.
At 6 p.m.
Okay.
On an August night. We went to
Whoa. This is getting real defined. Okay.
We may or may not went to a strip club, and we may or may not have known people in the strip club, or i.e. at that time in my life when I was married, I went to strip club.
Okay.
And there were men there, but they were like in a DJ booth.
So they weren't
for the show.
And see, that's the
while the men work the show.
Okay.
But that's usually filled with women, matter of fact. And then I know I hate to do it, but then it's like a difference in the ethnicities of the clubs and the buffoonery that goes on in between. Now, me, I'm a strip club connoisseur. So if there's a strip club within a 50-mile radius, I've been there twice or more, depending on what I'm doing. So I get to see. I feel like, it's like a buffet of stripper antics and stuff. So I love, I'm putting it in no particular order.
Oh, okay.
I like seeing black strippers. But y'all be doing a lot. Y'all be doing some stuff even, my man didn't know how to do it. And you be doing it, in public, and it'd be stuff going and flying and flipping and rub it down. Okay. The lighter side of the male reviews, it's very choreographed. It's very...
And I appreciate some choreography. I'm sorry. I like a storyline. I like good, wholesome porn. I know that sounds really... Nevertheless.
So you like... Okay, no.
I'm not... I squirreled you. It was my fault. Keep going.
Okay, so then with the female strippers, it's not really a big difference when you have like a mixed crowd in there. No, I can't even say that, because some strip clubs for women, when the women are the dancers, there are levels to that too. You got your, your backyard club, at somebody's basement, because, Lil Bro and them, they done built a trailer in the back with, the pole. I'm from the country. Lil Bro and then built a little strip pole in the back, and they selling, their own moonshine out, the kitchen and wings too, if you come early on the fish fry. And then you have the mid-level, which is not too bougie, but not too backwards country, but you may see a stripper with a bullet hole or two and a baby in the back. And then you have the high-end clubs where they got to wear the gowns, but then they feel like they're too prissy to talk to you. So I really don't like that. I prefer a mixture of, maybe possibly my cousin's strip club in the country and mainstream strip club. So a little P-Valley meets. No, I love that show though.
It's very entertaining. I'm telling you right now.
Right. Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than I probably should have, but that's okay. Don't judge me.
I love the strip. Look, okay, so when I go to strip clubs, I love to see the women work the pole, because I felt like,
that's artistry.
Back in my day, where before BC, before children, I could have been a stripper, or maybe I was. I don't know. But anyhow, back in those days, I was like, man, how she twirl around that stuff, and I would just sit there at the club, and they'd be like, $4, D. Hold on, you see this heifer on this pop?
I'm studying.
You're not watching it?
I'm studying.
Right. So that's the different levels. And for me, growing up in that golden era of, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Whoop, whoop. Okay.
From 99 to 2000. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, we got to talk about that too.
Okay, we do.
So I decided I was going to take a stripper class. I was like, girl, you grown, you married with kids and pets and stuff, you know, little house and stuff. I was like, I went to this daggone class. I was the youngest thing in there, and I thought I was about to die. That is not for the weak at heart. I don't see how those folk be doing that stuff. Like, and I kept at it for about a good 6 months, and I was just like, it's the best shape of my life, but the worst shape because it looked like someone just whooped me with broken bottle caps and you know, and hammers and maybe a Phillips head screwdriver over ice, like I was during ice sculpture waiting to happen. And shout out to all y'all strippers because y'all be doing. I could not, and I know not in this post pandemic that I can get all my big old kibbles and bits around anything.
The way my fufa and core is set up, I'm not able, but I'm gonna work on that. We'll work on that. It's gonna be some goals.
My goal is you need to know what you got to pick up beforehand. So I ain't gonna put no waist shape on. It's like 90 degrees outside. I ain't gonna strap it up, flip it, rub it down. I need you to know what you need to work with because you're not gonna be applying for jobs when you know you don't have no business in.
Okay, so
and the comments are gone.
So this thing about going to the strip club with your partner.
Yes.
Now.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
I knew you were my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, and if she do a good job, I'll pull out some dollars and be like, baby, tip her.
Hello. But then why, you know, I've done it too. Of course I've done it. Duh. You know me. I go to strip club all the time. That's what I do. It's for fun. I don't understand the women that go to strip clubs with their men and then tell them, you know, don't touch, don't look, you know, you ain't getting nothing, don't ask for nothing. Like,
what are we here for?
Right.
And we're not going to come up in here and I'm going to police you. If that's the case, then I'm not comfortable in who I am because I know that after you get all excited, I'm going to get all that work later. Like, I don't understand. Like,
right.
That's a whole poor self-esteem and your self-trust issue thing. But what about this part?
What?
Why is it that the guys feel uncomfortable going with us to see some male strippers?
Because it tests their manhood, the masculinity.
But why? When they know.
So this is my theory. Like, they feel like the dudes are going to be hitting on them or, you know, twerking on them. And that feels a little bit uncomfortable. But they want the women to twerk on us in a reverse situation.
And they like the way they look. They do something for them.
Well, you know, I don't want my man being twerked on by another dude. That's just for me.
That's a whole.
It's for me in my house.
Whole different spectrum, isn't it?
It is. But then it's also, you have the double standard of the women strippers are out there actually prostituting, which some are, you know, it's a lot of weirdos out there. Whereas they view male strippers sometimes as being, oh, they just about their money. They're going to do that. You know what they got to do in the back to get that sucker to stand up on the top of their damn forehead.
Listen, shout out to some of the strippers from back in the day. I ain't going to say a name up here.
We may or may not have driven to a couple of states.
But we had some conversations about this tonight with friends, and I'm going to tell you. This particular stripper has a name for himself. It's a good name. But you would drive across all the state lines.
Just to see him.
Just to see him and could not get a piece of sweat in your mouth.
Right.
And so
it's tighter than a Pentagon.
Listen, so I started thinking about this, you know, years ago, and I was like, this is false advertisement. He get me all hot and bothered.
And then don't be bothered
and
with
then
you.
And then I'm just bothered. So then I was
you don't never leave though. We stayed to the end.
We did because we paid our money. I wanted all the sweat on the back of my neck, all the fake grinding. I paid for that.
Girl, look.
But you know, as I got older, I was like, it lost its appeal. Like
You know,
I hadn't even wanted to go see in years.
right? Because I can't eat the food.
False advertisement.
Like, and then don't be single and go out there to the strip club.
Oh, you gonna be real mad.
unless you come and shop at Bedroom Candy. We all both consult.
I mean, well, you know, hey. Well, never mind. I'm not going to show y'all nothing tonight. No. But, nevertheless,
yes. So I can tell a PG-esque story about that one time that we went to the strip club. And I was married at the time. You know, go back to the beginning of this. I mentioned it. Mm-hmm. And I'm up in there, like, me and my sisters. It used to be me, my sisters, my best friend. We roll up in there like, yeah, right. We got our booth ready. Yes, right. We about to pop some bottles of Zima and stuff. Because it's back in those eras when we thought,
we thought we was doing it,
right. And the white infidel, we was like, oh, we were bougie.
Don't mess around and get no Moscato.
We just knew we were bougie. Anyhow, I'm walking up in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking cute. I had the 6-pack, right? I had the little short skirt. I was chilling with the 6-inch heels because you know how we feel about our heels. Always have.
Right.
I'm walking up in there, and then the DJ like, yo, Mrs. So-and-so in the building. Oh, so my husband actually sent his boys to do security and DJ, so I can't do nothing. So I sat on the end like this and let all of them get lap dance. I'm like, is it real? Just let me jiggle.
He did set us up that time.
He set me up for failure.
Can't even live.
I wanted to be the one flipped over and dipped in ice cream.
Oh no. Your ice cream was waiting in the freezer.
My ice cream was probably outside in the lot.
Oh, well, you know what? You're right.
Because there was several men outside. Yeah, I'm waiting for my girl to get out of the street.
And they be standing out there. They be
so
mad.
Oh,
they be mad.
Big mad.
Listen.
If you as big as the madness that was inside everyone,
you wouldn't be having these problems. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh, this little thing that jumps at the bottom, it is tripping me out.
I'm sorry. I don't need to have no distractions for you.
Yeah, it's been hard wrangling this squirrel, especially you walking across here with a G-string right now, talking about twerking. Okay, comments. I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna go to the comments. Yes. Monica is laughing at us. Adrian said, hey y'all, hey Adrian. And she said, we're talking about strippers again. Well, ironically, that was our poll question. One of our two. Mm-hmm. And that was this week's poll. Yep. So, you know.
It was God.
It was a poll about a poll.
Using a poll. No decimals.
Hey. And it was like, Adrian, they are. We love y'all.
Yes.
But I don't know. It's just.
It don't bother me at all.
No.
Heck, when I'm walking down the street with Bae, I be like, Bae, did you see that? And he be like, I saw that. Did you see that? Yo, you think she into you or me? Like, just. He be like, come on, let's go. I'm like, okay.
See. And that's why I said at the beginning, people just take everything so serious. And some things must be taken serious.
Mm-hmm.
And there are enough of those. When you can laugh, laugh. Let each other live. Be honest. Hell, I know some folks that's just swinging and enjoying their life. You do what you like. But just be honest about who you are and what you need to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that you will find all your truths.
Right. And I just also want to say that not all men enjoy strip clubs. Because, you know.
They don't.
I never forget, we was at a club chilling. And they had a twerk contest. I was like, oh, snap, out to get my life. He was like, we're going to stay because you want to see it. But you know I'm ready to go whenever. I'm like,
mm-hmm.
I understand that. We got stuff to do. But right now, I want to see what they do.
Hey,
I'm the girlfriend you never really want because I be wild all the time.
I mean, but that wildness pays off for them.
But it's not like, I'm wilding out in the streets. I got like 4 people on the side of the corners. Like, yo, when this one rotate out, you rotate in. Like, it's not. I'm very extra sometimes, and you know, I date a lot of conservative dudes though. How was that?
Well, let's think about it, because you have to have that balance. It's all about the balance.
Well, I know how to balance.
No, the conservative individual will bring you back
to the ground.
Yeah.
Gently or with force?
Both. Okay. Whatever you ask for. Okay, so, you know, that's our pose. Mm-hmm. Do you have any closing remarks for the people?
Oh, we have closing? Oh, shit. It's closing time.
You done went all the way back to Hunter Hill Pub. Shout out to Hunter Hill Pub. Is it still open?
You know, it's called something else.
Okay, well, it's not Hunter Hill Pub then. No, it's not.
I mean, that used to be the truth. We from the country, so, you know, like, we would get invited to, we didn't go to the regular, like, nightclubs, because, you know, people want to shoot, they want to be crazy. Someone to grab my booty, then I got to go ahead, square up. And so we went to alternative places of partying. And they were mostly membership only, and we would mostly only the dark pieces of chocolate in there because we're from the country town. So.
And it's okay.
You know, shout out to all those folks who lived our life.
Yes.
I want to go back. Think we can? Oh, but you know what? We did discover a new one of those little like cheers bars.
Oh.
Tarantula billiards. Yeah.
But it's not here. It's in our special place.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm done. I don't have anything else. No. We kept it short and sweet, and our cups are empty, and we've had a full day.
Oh, we did have to explain about last week's show. We never did.
Oh, I'm gonna let you explain that.
Okay, so 2 weeks ago, you may or may not have known, but you should, because we have a show every 2 weeks. But that show was very special because we were not live that night. Y'all had a preempted show. And if anybody follows any of our social media, we did actually like pop up and say, oh, tagged into a couple of places. Did we do a short live or something? I think we did a short live to say that we were on the air, but we were also in these streets.
I don't even think we did that, but that's okay.
I might have did it in my mind. In which case, now you're hearing about it. But we went out. We went out and supported some of our favorite family local hip hop artists, album releases, and other things, and
beats and bars.
Oh yes, that's right. We did beats and bars.
Beats and bars was dope.
It was. And then after beats and bars, we found that little hole in the wall bar. Oh my God. We stay finding these holes in the walls.
It's some gems.
These are not glory holes, by the way. Just these are hole in the wall bars.
Okay, you know what? Potty mouth. Okay.
You know I was gonna say it.
I knew. Well, we love y'all. And is in 2 weeks, I think we have our excursion edition.
I think it's our excursion edition coming up. Oh, we got a special. Woo! Now y'all know when you come to the excursion edition, you're gonna get some personal tip stories about how people to happen upon us as a unit or as separate entities, and then realize that we were a unit. And how they felt about us in general. So it's gonna be good.
And you'll find out who our guest is the week of. Because you know we like to keep y'all in suspense, keep y'all on your toes, and keep y'all watching. Because you know, we just living our life. And we want y'all to join us.
Now I also want to say that since the outside is now opening up, we will be doing a lot more in-person excursions. So you may get some pre-empty shows. We're gonna tape it the week of, so you still get the goodness. But that would only be the way that we do not read your comments live on air.
Exactly.
But just know, I always go back and watch the show, and, and gather any information, anything that we need to readdress, for the future show.
Mm-hmm.
So still, comment.
Pareto chart, Excel, data points. It's okay.
Snapchat it if you need to. TikTok it, do it all.
What?
But don't send it in the mail. Because A, how you know where I live, and B, why are you sending me stuff in the mail? Okay.
I don't know what just happened. But okay. We love y'all. We're done for tonight. And we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
For the excursion edition.
Excursion edition, 2 weeks. Polls coming up every Wednesday on the Poetic Divas LLC. Stories. Msdaliatwentytwo stories. Damone Msdaliatwentytwo stories. NakitaJay Poet stories. And IG Poetic Divas LLC. And I might even, because I'm feeling a little snazzy, I might even drop it on the Poetic Divas LLC page so you can go ahead and right. Because I ain't done that in a minute. Because my life ain't been my life. But for y'all, just to build up for the, excursion edition, I got y'all. I'm going to put it up there on the page.
It's about to go down. And it's hot outside. So y'all make sure y'all stay cool and hydrated. And,
with liquor.
El agua, por favor.
With liquor.
Okay, we love y'all. Good night.
Oh, girl. I'm sweating. Sorry.
They don't want to know about your sweat. Bye.